The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world.
Greetings. How do you do?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Greetings.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown.
I'll send my At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pop, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad. My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
See what I contend with, Hal? You can't tell my fierce boy anything these days, Maker bless his heart.
Temperament to match his fighting skill. Well done, your lordship.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle. Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope. I apologize, Duncan. That Aldous has nerve teaching my children such slanderous nonsense.
I take no offense. The Grey Wardens are not what we once were.
I'll not have the Wardens spoken ill of in my household. Without them, the Darkspawn would have killed us all in the first Blight. You are the only reason men still live in Thedas. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about. Well, Duncan, he is not interested. So unless you intend...
Have no fear.
Pup, in the meantime, we must be...
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the... Your father has left you in charge of the castle? Honestly, if you... I'm
afraid not. Yes.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone. Your father has left you in charge. Then let us meet in the morning.
Good evening, my lord. Good evening, my lord.
We will serve you while the Terran is away.
The castle is so eerie with everyone preparing to ride south. It was so empty.
Good evening, my lord. Oh, my lord, we were just, well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the... No, my lord, of course not. My lord is very kind to show us such lenience.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. I fear your hound Han is threatening to leave. Your mother, you know these Mabari hounds. Your mother-in-law, of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? She was entertaining Lady Landra and her son when I left her. Before we go, my lord, might I beg a question? I've heard from several people that a Grey Warden is here. Is that true? Then, is it also true that this Grey Warden was asking after me? Maybe. Have mercy. Is he asking after me or not? As you wish. Although it's going to drive me mad until I find out. Can you imagine? Me, a Grey... Of course...
Hello, but... boys, you are referring to if the mind is not exercised. Perhaps you could make the topic wonderful. Oh, the Coastland history is long indeed. The history between the Coastlands and the... During the port village of Harper's Ford was the Turnier's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Correct. That caused a rift. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion. Just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Caleb. Records are vague. But every day I pray to the Maker that my lessons will stick, and every day... At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Coastland organized... Several other local bands supported his efforts. Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between... At any rate, your family has held the Tournier of High Ever since before King Calenhad. When Calenhad's army reached High Ever...
Does that...
Silent. Perhaps you should...
Good evening, my lord.
And my dear Bryce, here is my son, along with Sir Gil. Tell me, Sir Gil.
Not just yet, your lady.
Darling, do take care of that. You're talking about the woman who helped Sir Gilmore.
As your ladyship...
Good.
I think we last met at your mother's...
The
Perhaps he uses it for better...
How much have
You remember?
And you beat me handily as...
Don't be... And the...
It is a great honor, my lord.
Don't look now.
Lady Landra.
Hush, Landra. You're tan. All evidence to the contrary.
I think perhaps I shall rest now.
Perhaps...
Good.
It cannot be
We'd
done.
best get to the kitchens before Nan...
No, I cannot.
We'd best get to the kitchens before Nan decides to up and leave, don't you think? You know what your mother...
Get that bloody mutt.
But miss...
If I can't get him...
Can't...
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps... If I locked it any time...
Oh dear. Mistress.
That's it. I'll quit.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get... It does seem like he's...
It seems we must defend ourselves.
Ow! That one bit me!
Is that it? Turn and run! My power is yours.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all. Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. But seeing as you've got your Mabari...